briefly. And we're going to see a 2-minute slideshow, and then we're going to eat, okay? So we appreciate your patience. Hang in there with us. Here's our last formal speaker.
Brother John, Jeffrey Greer here, holding it down. San Francisco Recovery Theater. Dinkle's gonna take us on out. Dinkle! Dinkle! Get over here, Dinkle!
And my buddy Steve Wren made it here today. Steve, Lou Brown said earlier this was his living room in the 70s. This was my living room in the 80s. Thanks to Steve, we built a lot of crazy stuff. When we did a full-length portrait of America, the set designer called for like a flat with windows to be the truck for the truck driving Indian woman who was going to come save Preservation Hall from the killer bulldozer. So we went down to Lehrer Brothers that used to be down at the bottom of the hill and bought an aluminum cab over semi truck, and we rolled it down onto the stage for the one scene that it had to happen, and the chrome from the front is in the lobby right now. But Steve, one of the great things, the guy who designed Joanne, which was really a great set, and it just was so fluid, Alan Carreri, and Steve and I had a set building business, and we built a lot of stuff for John in the 80s. And Alan wrote me from New Zealand, where he is now, saying that one of the things is that John would let you do stuff, and he would let you show your creativity for the cause, for the result. Well, Steve decided to go a little further with his Preservation Hall idea, so he made a replica of one of these trusses, and we hid it between the proscenium and right in the middle there. So when the bulldozer attacked Preservation Hall, not only did we have breakaway windows, but we had this whole beam just go debris bag. Took us like 2 hours after the show each night to get ready for the next day. But, and John was like, if you want to, I met him at the Burial Clay before I ever came to the Julian Theater, and I'll tell you that story some other time because everybody's hungry. But one of the things I learned from John in his citroen, which I think is probably where he was most peaceful, he'd get in that leather-seated Citroen, and we'd have to go up to the Haight, and this is way before the earthquake. We would roll down the backside of the hill in Uncle John's Citroen, get on 101 and take the Fell Street off-ramp, and we'd be in the Haight in 5 minutes without rushing. He was just so calm in his Citroen, and I want to thank my new friend in the back row, who's got a pretty good glimpse into Mr. John Doyle's character right now. There's Don Waits. That's his Citroen out front. And I just felt we had to have one here. So Rebecca's got one more slideshow. Alan's going to accompany it, and then let's eat.
Everything must change. Nothing stays the same.